Welcome to Turn Writing Around podcast. Simple methods to overcome fear and start writing again. I'm Elise Hittinger, and I'm the host for your Journey to Courage. This is episode 10, Courage Pennies. This is one of my favorite things to do, and this has helped me the most with my courage and everything. Heck, I'm doing a podcast. um, Courage pennies are the idea that every little bit of courage you have, you soak that up as a courage penny and do this as a visualization. Picture yourself having a penny bank, and every time you do a little act of courage, you take a penny and put it in the penny bank. If you do a bigger act of courage, put a couple pennies in the penny bank. And when I first started this, I even had a jar on the counter and a pile of pennies next to it. And I would visually put the pennies in the jar and see how much courage I was getting, how much I was filling up with. So here's some examples. You really don't want to go do a chore. You know you need to do laundry. You know you need to do the dishes. You know you need to whatever. You need to go do a chore. And you just don't feel like it. Well, you go do it anyway. That takes courage. That takes courage to overcome your chatter mind and go do something, even though you don't feel like going and doing it. Soak up a courage penny. Picture yourself putting a penny in the courage bank. For me, a big one is riding in the car with my husband. I think there's a brake pedal on the passenger side. So when I go ride with him and I stay relaxed for even a little bit of the ride, wow, that's some courage pennies. Put some courage pennies in the penny jar. If you go out and your horse is kind of up and blowing in the wind, and you take them for a walk anyway, and you have, even if it's only 5 or 10 steps, and then you put them back away, that's a success. That's courage. Soak up those courage pennies. It's different for everybody, so you can get really creative with this. One of the really hard things for me, I know I've talked about a couple times, is going to the dentist. I was so bad that even as an adult, I would go to get my teeth cleaned and I'd pass out in the waiting room. Didn't matter. Just going to get my teeth cleaned. By soaking up these courage pennies in everything I do, it helped me at the dentist, which was shocking to me. The last time I went to the dentist to get fillings, I was able to sleep. I didn't even flinch when he gave me the shots, the Novocaine. It didn't even faze me. And that was huge. I soaked up a bunch of courage pennies for that. I used to be so terrified, and here I am at the dentist for fillings with shots, and it didn't bother me. I didn't clench my hands. I wasn't tied up in a ball. I was just laying there relaxed and breathing. Soak up those courage pennies. And even if you're like me, I use CBD to help me get over things. Even with the CBD, I still soak up those courage pennies because my brain doesn't know any different. And I'm doing something courageous, even if it's a little thing. And I do picture, like if I do something really big courageous, like the day I took care of the copperhead we had, that's courageous to go take care of a copperhead. And I pictured a big pile of pennies going in that penny jar. I didn't go get my husband. I went and I took care of the copperhead. And so for everybody, it's different. And just look around you. Look at things that you can do that are courageous. Everyday little things, big things. Soak up those courage pennies. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, I have a free ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Courage Pennies. And I'll put a link in the description, and you can grab that today. See you guys.